Hello everyone, welcome to Apna Engineer. Today we are going to take top 30 Java interview questions which will be asked by a interviewer in the Java interview. So these are the top questions it will definitely ask. So please try to watch full video, don't skip between, and please subscribe my channel because it will give me motivation. Uh, this subscription is for you is free. Please try to support. So let's talk about interview questions. The first and everyone knows that the basic question is what is Java. So Java is high level language. It's object oriented programming language, which will help you to develop websites, build mobile applications. It is like platform independent language. It's multi-threaded language. It is a portable language, and it's developed by the James Gosling. So let's talk about the next question is the what are the features of the Java programming languages? The reason behind the uses of the Java programming language. The first is like it's simple, it's easy, it's easy to understand. Next is OOPS concepts. It's a object oriented programming language. It's in Java, you know that everything is considered as an object, but please try to understand Java is a not 100% object oriented language because of primitive data types. So next is secured. Why secured? There are uh, some points like there is a no pointer conception, so there is a no direct access to the memory and like changing the some memory related issues. So it's secured, and there is a garbage collector which manage the memory management, which will done the memory management. So we don't need to do these stuff. So next is platform independence. Like everyone knows that there are some language which are platform independence. One of them is Java. So when we compile the Java, uh, so it will not a platform specific. When we compile, it is converted into the dot bytecode, that is from dot Java to dot class file, and this dot class file is known as a bytecode. So this bytecode is executed on every machines. So it should only have the one condition. It's have a JDK or JVM or JARE. So this is the only condition. Next is a multi-threaded. It is a multi-threaded language, so we can use this multi-threading techniques when we are you work on the real servers. These are the some features of the Java programming languages. So let's talk about the next question is what is the difference between JDK JRE. So JDK is nothing but the Java development kit, and inside the JDK we have a JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment, and inside the JRE we have a JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. So what contains the JDK? JDK contains the software development tools. It has like Java compiler, Java debugger, and JRE. And what JRE contains? JRE contains a software, let's a library, that is used for the executing Java programs, like RAR files, rt.jar files. It contains jar files basically, and the JVM. And what JVM contains? JVM contains class loader, JIT compiler. Uh, these are the some basic ideas about the JRE, JDK, and JVM. So let's talk about the next question. What is the instance variable and a local variable? So what is the instance variable? Instance variable is the variable which is declared outside the methods but inside the classes. These are the instance methods. You can and these variables will have their copy of all the of variables for the utilizations. So you can see the example here. We have a class athlete. Inside we have some instance variables. What is a local variable then? Local variable are variables which are declared inside this method. These are the some local variables, and the scope of this variable is restricted for that particular method. So you can see here we have a wide method, a wide athlete method. Inside we declared some variables, so you can access these variables inside that method only, not outside that method. So next question is a basic question for freshers. How is like infinite loop we can declare? There are some ways like using for loop, while loop, do while loop. So for loop, you know that we have to write like this for, and we are good to go. This is the uh, loop for loop. You can do write this for loop, and you are like this is like infinite loop using the for loop. While loop, just you need to given the boolean value as a true, so it will not break. It will goes continuously like infinite way. For do while same, you need to just write a true. So next question is, how many types of memory areas are allocated by JVM? There are actually five methods types. The first is a method area. Next one is a heap, stack, native method stack, and PC. PC means program counter register. So inside a method area, the class area like stores per class structures such as a runtime constant pool, fields, method data, and code for the methods. In heap, heap is used in the runtime, or when we create an object, it will create it on the heap. Stack, in stack we it holds like local variables, methods. These are the uses of the stack memory. For PC and native is like not such important questions. Three three important is like method area, heap, and stack. So again, what is the difference between heap and stack memory? As we earlier said that stack is a memory is allocated for like it has a fixed memory space, and heap memory there is a like it has a, in contrast is like it's a portion that it was not assigned to the Java code, but it will be available for the use by Java code when it's required. That is the main difference. Yeah, and let's talk about the next questions like why Java is, we can say that it's like follows the Bora statements. Bora statements means what? Write once and run anywhere. Because the reason behind is the bytecode. As earlier we see that what is bytecode. Bytecode is nothing but the when we compile the Java code, it converts it into the class file, that is the bytecode, which is an intermediate language between the source code and the machine code. And this bytecode is not platform specific, and it can be executed by any computer and any platform. So that's why we can say that it's follow the Bora statements. And next question is, what are the various access specifiers in Java? There are four access specifiers in Java, and let's talk about it. First is the public, next one is protected, third one is default, and fourth one private. What is public? When as known as we know that public means it will be accessible by any class, outside the class, inside the methods. Next is protected. Like protected can be accessed by only the class of the same package or the subclass. We are using this protected in the inheritance, in the concept of inheritance. Next one is the default keyword, like default access specifier. Default are accessible within only the package. By default, all the classes, methods, variables are of default scope in Java. Next one is private. The private is when we declare a class as a private or method is a private, it can be accessed within that class only, not outside the that class. So next question is, what is the purpose of the static methods and static variables? Or we our interviewer will ask you the questions like, what are the uses of the static keywords? So mainly static keywords is used when we use like first was in import statements, in methods, static methods, in variables. These are the some uses of the static keyword. So let's talk about the methods, static methods or variables. When we declare at the static, it's shared among all the objects of that class. The static part is of the class is not of the object, and the static variables are stored in the class area. Class area means method area. That is the uh, uses of the static keyword. So next question is like, will the program run if we write static public void main? Like if we change the some order of specifier, it will work or not? Then answer is yes. The program is successfully executed because there is no specific rule for that order of the specifiers. What is a string pool in Java? Like string pool, as in name there is a pool. Pool means what? Collection. So string pool means a collection of strings which are stored in the heap memory. There is a heap memory in which we have some portion of the memory which is known as a string pool, where the collection of strings are stored. For example, suppose we are trying to create a new object with the help of string literals. String literals means what? With the help of double quote, like string s is equal to suppose Java. So JVM check first checks the object is already available in the pool. If yes, it will share the reference of that variable. It will not create a new object, it will share the reference, and otherwise it will create the new object. That's the string Java string pool. Next question is exception. Like what is exception? It's important question which is asked in the interview. Like so, what is exception? Exception is nothing but a condition which is abnormal condition. We can say that unexpected event that disturb the normal flow of our programs, and we can fix this exception with the help of the exception handling techniques. So next question is here, like what are how you can handle the exception. So there for that we have some keywords like throw, throws, try, catch block, finally keywords. These are the some ways to handle the exception. And you can also create your custom handling exception. We can talk about in next questions. So what is the next question is what is the final keyword in Java? So final is a keyword. Suppose and you can also interview will also ask you the question like what are the uses of final keyword in Java. So we can use the final keyword with the for the variables, for with classes, with methods. So final means it's like constants. You cannot change a value of that variable. That's the final keyword. Here is question like what happens when the main isn't declared static. So everyone knows that the main method is called by JVM. Everyone knows that. And in Java, if we don't declare the main method as a static, so you should need to create the object for that. So for main method, if how JVM will call, so with the help of static keyword, JVM will call that main methods. So if you don't declare the method static, the program may be compiled correctly, but it ends with the some error like is no such method error. Next question is what are the uses or you can what are the difference between final, finally and finalize. So as we earlier talk about the final, final is a keyword. It's not a block. It's not a method. It's keyword. It use for the particular restrictions. For it will we can use the final keyword with the classes, variable, methods. So when we use the final method as a variable instead of in front of variable, we can't change the value of that variable. If we use the final as a class, we can't inherit it. And if we create the object of the with the help of final, we can't reassign it. Next is the finally block. Finally block is present in the exception handling, which is always executed whenever there is an exception occur or not. Finally is always survives. So what are the important work we should do after the if their exceptions occur. So we are going to write into inside the finally block. Suppose data connection, DB connections are there, so you can close that connection inside that finally block. So finalize is a method which is used by the garbage collection. So for the cleanup activity, the garbage collector is called that finalize method. So this is the main activity of finalize. What is cleanup before the garbage collection happen on that object? Finalize method is called. Next question is what are the uses of super keyword? The super keyword is actually used to access the hidden fields and overridden methods of that parent classes. For example, accessing the data members of parent classes when the member names of the class and its child subclass are same. To call the default parameterized constructor of the parent class from inside the child class. And accessing the parent class methods when the child class have a overriding them. These are the some uses of the super keyword. You can see here also protected also. these are the examples. Like what is next is what is the main objective of the garbage collection? Why we use garbage collection? The main objective is to free up the memory space occupied the unnecessary and unreachable objects during the Java program execution by deleting those unreachable objects. How we deleting those objects? With the help of system classes GC method. What is the difference between then throws keyword? Like throw keyword is used to throw an exception to the calling method, and throws keyword is used to in the function definition to inform that the calling method, that this method throws the exception. So if you are calling, then you should handle this exception. These are the main difference. So what is the difference? With the help of throw, you can throw the exception, and with the help of throws, you can tell or delegating the exception that I'm not handling this, you should handle this. This is the main difference. Let's talk about the collections, the main topics. I'm going to take a topic wise top 2020 questions. For example, collection framework, I'll take the 20 top questions. In exception handling, I'll take top 10 questions. Topic wise, I'll take top questions. After that video, I'll going to upload this video one by one. So keep watching these videos. It's very important for a Java developer who is going to give an interview, because it will help you. And thanks me later, but please subscribe my channel and share with your friends. So let's start with what is a collection. So basically collection is a framework in Java which is used for storing and manipulating the collection of objects. This is the main definition. And what is the inside the collection? Collection contains classes and interfaces. So what is the hierarchy? When we talk about the collection framework, what is the hierarchy? The first is the iterable interface. Iterable interface is extended by the collection interface. Collection interface is extended by the list and set interface. Please understand, map is not part of a collection. So then list is implemented by array list, linked list, vector. Then set is implemented by hash set, linked set, tree set, and is extended by the sorted set, and sorted set is implemented by the tree set. This is the hierarchy. And when we talk about the map is interface is implemented by hash map, linked hash map, and implemented by hash map, linked map, and extended by sorted map, and it is sorted map is implemented by tree map. And all these classes or interfaces is in java.util packages. So next important question is, what is the difference between the array list and linked list? So array list and linked list, like everyone knows that array list uses the array. Internally it uses the array. So everyone knows that for searching related activities, array list is very fast as compared to the linked list. So whenever there is operation of searching, you should use the array list. And in linked list, when need to use linked list is internally uses the double linked list. So when there is a insertion or deletion of the element, you should use the linked list, because you just need to shift the nodes like pointers. Everyone know that there are 2 pointers for the linked list. So understand. So next difference between the list and set. So list and set are the 2 interfaces. List contains duplicate values, and it can be like iterated with the help of list interface, list iterator, and iterator and interface also. In set we don't have duplicate values. Let's understand, set we don't have duplicate values. So whenever we don't want to duplicate values, we can use the set interface instead of the list interface. What is the difference between iterator and list iterator? Iterator and list iterator. Iterator is forwarding iterator. it doesn't go back. If we start from the one index, let's start index 0 or 1, it go onwards 1 2 3. We can't go back like 0, but list iteration we can go both sides, back and forwarding. Let's talk about the difference between set and map. So set is a interface, as earlier said, it has duplicate values, but map contains the value and key pair. So suppose you want to store a data in such a way that you need a key and value, then you should use the map. And if you want only the data without duplicate, then you go with the set. Same for the hash set, hash map. You can, as I said, for set and map, it's followed by the hash set and hash map. So next and last question of this topic is, what is the difference between the comparable and comparator? These are the sorting techniques. Comparable provides only one sort sequence. Why we use comparable and comparator? Comparator is we can provide only one criteria within the comparable, and comparator we can provide multiple criterias, sorting techniques. For that we use one method, like compare to method. For that we use have compare method. Comparable interface is found in java.language package. Comparator is in java.util package. If you implement the comparable interface, the actual class is modified, but when we implement the comparator, we don't like actual class is not changed. So these are the some important questions which will take in this which we have taken this in this video. So please try to understand these questions. Watch this video again and again to understand what are the questions they ask. You should prepare before the interview. And thanks me later. Please subscribe my channel, it will help me. Thanks a lot.